theater. And so hopefully I will not waste your time, and thank you for burning your Monday night with me. And so just before I begin, I really need to tell you this. I swear it'll just take a second. The rest of it will take a long time. This will take a short bit of time. I was here a while ago, right before, well, a few hours, right at the right time. Bad time, interesting time. Dead center, well-lit stage, and I was about 11 months into the tour. And I was very in it. I was just one thing to another. I'm in control of my material, and I'm looking out at the audience. And Washington, D.C., I'm not trying to suck up to you, but it is a very difficult audience because you're smart. And so Washington, Boston, Seattle, Chicago, and Los Angeles, very difficult audiences, just like London and Paris. They're sharper than you are, and if you can get them, you'll keep them. But if you can't get them, they'll remind you that you suck for the entire evening. And so whenever I do shows here, I'm like, oh man, hold on. And so I'm out there in this place trying to do the show, and I'm looking out at the audience, and people are looking at me, looking down, looking up, looking sad, looking down, looking up, looking defeated, looking down, and then they start listing to one side. So the audience is either taking on water or letting out air. They're starting to sag like wineskins. And I'm thinking, I am bombing in the city of my birth. How could this happen? I'm 11 months into the tour. I know exactly where I'm putting everything. I am so dialed in. How can I be screwing this up? And it's like going from side to, by the time the show is over, it's like finally seeing an animal die. It's like when you see a deer get hit by a car and you park on the side of the road and you walk up, and finally the last, like, just nosefuls of blood come out of it, and it finally dies. You're like, okay, what a relief. And so I came to the end of the show, like some agonizing 2-point-something hours later, and the audience went, and so I run backstage like, I bombed. How did I do that? And I was talking to someone, and she said, you haven't been looking at your cell phone and checking out the news. Do you know how rude that would be to an audience? Hold on, I've got something that's more interesting than talking to you. This was during the election. How stupid. Why the hell did I book this venue on election night? I will never do that again.